Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of Basement Radio Arcade Podcast, BRAP, as we're known. And we're going to have a great show in store for everyone. We're going to talk about, give our impressions of the next generation consoles that just launched this week. Super excited. Great time to be a gamer, by the way. Just exciting times, I should say, all around. And we have Erica Cuts for the win, and J-Dub, who just dropped out, joining us. But we'll go ahead and kick the show off. Get it started right now. Wow. I need that intro when I fire up my PlayStation 5. Like that beat. I love it. Love it.
That's a great intro.
Thank you. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate that. Erica, welcome back to BRAP, by the way. Thank you for joining us. I know it's early in your neck of the woods, so definitely appreciate you coming on and talking about the next generation console launches with us. So thank you again. I appreciate it. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's like you said, it's bright and early. Sun is shining. I got my coffee. I'm ready to go. I'm always happy to be here. I like being on BRAP. It's always a good time. So yeah, thanks for having me again.
Absolutely, our pleasure. And we have J-Dub. I don't know what happened. J-Dub was here. I don't know what happened with J-Dub. Hopefully he joins us again soon.
Maybe Uncle Phil got him.
Yeah, maybe Uncle Phil got him.
Xbox got him.
Yeah, Jay showed up with some savagery in the pre-show, and I don't know, maybe Uncle Phil got him. He said, "We're not going to do that. We're not going to have that today, J-Dub." So
let him live.
Yeah, right. He's back. Let's see. Oh, yeah. He changed it. He changed his. Jay, you changed it.
Got him. Yeah, it kicked me out, and then when I tried to come back or whatever, it was acting wonky. So, but I'm back.
Awesome. All right, Jay. And we got Gabby Forte in the house. What's up, Forte?
What up? Coming to make my grand appearance before I have to disappear in 20 minutes to go to work.
No doubt. Forte, we appreciate you hopping on, man. And definitely want to get your insight on the launch. And J-Dub, welcome back to BRAP, sir. How are you this morning, Jay?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good.
Yeah, are you basking in greatness?
Oh, big time, man. Loving it.
That man ain't slept in 3 days.
Facts.
You haven't slept in 3 days.
Is that true?
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
Well, Jay, you haven't slept in 3 days, or Forte hasn't slept in 3 days?
I definitely ain't slept in 3 days.
Yeah, you guys need to get some sleep.
J-Dub has been replaying Astrobot in his head for the last 24 hours.
That's funny.
All I hear is when I'm doing the SSD mission in Atrum, all I hear is the music saying SSD. I heard that like literally all night when I was going to bed last night, dude. I love that game so much.
Yo, it's crazy. Really good. Optimus Code said he was dreaming about it.
The fact that he platinumed it.
Yeah, he platinumed it already. Yeah.
I'm platinum. This is gonna be my first platinum on PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
shout out to the game.
Yeah, I haven't even played it yet. To be honest with you guys, I've been playing. Yeah, Miles Morales.
You've been playing actual games. I got you.
Yes, yeah, I've been playing Miles Morales, and I was talking.
Gotta play the best tech demo ever made.
I know. I need to.
It's legit. It's probably the best tech demo of a game that shows off features that I've ever played.
That's what I hear, man. That's what I hear. Yeah, I heard it's really, really good. I need to play it. I will eventually. Like I said, I just been playing Miles Morales, and I was talking to Lord Cognito yesterday. He's like, "Hey, Brad," he's like, "Man, have you played Ghost of Tsushima on PS5?" I said, "No, I haven't." He goes, "Man," he goes, "you have to play it and bask in that 60 frames per second glory."
Facts.
And
I need to do that too.
Yeah, Erica, when I fired it up, oh my goodness, Oh
Life
my goodness.
changing.
Night and day. Night
Yep.
and day.
You know the crazy thing about it is Ghost of Tsushima already had smooth animations. So
Yeah.
playing it in 60 is really butter.
Yes. And
Playing God of War in performance mode has been pretty
Yeah.
pretty
Ooh,
beautiful.
I gotta try that too.
I'm gonna have to try that out.
That was my game of the generation. I was like, maybe now I can go and beat these freaking Valkyries because I wasn't doing it at 30 frames per second.
Beat the Valkyries. Yeah, those Valkyries are no joke. So guys, I should say, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, by the way, shout out to everyone in the live chat. Thank you for joining us this morning. I know it's kind of a impromptu or last minute type situation. So definitely appreciate everyone hopping in. Please retweet the link. I'm going to drop it right here in the comment section. So please retweet the link. Hit that like button. If you want to give us a thumbs down, that's fine too. I don't care. It's engagement. That's all that matters. So Tuesday kicked off with the Xbox, with the launch of the Xbox Series X and S, and then Thursday, PlayStation 5. Now, Forte, I love that you have the retail perspective here. What was it like, man, in your store Tuesday, Thursday? Were people screaming, jumping for joy? Was it madness? Were people camped outside trying to get their hands on one of these consoles?
Tuesday was crazy because Xbox, it made it known that it was going to be extras available at retail. So we did have people camping out. I had 15 people that camped out. So
Wow.
It was kind of crazy. So yeah, it was super exciting. It was very hectic too, because since a lot of people didn't know how many people had, you just had a barrage of people just coming up to the store, just trying to acquire the bag and stuff. And it was, some people were successful, most were not. So it was a very frustrating situation on that end. But the excitement was there. People were just genuinely excited a lot, just because people just want to try new things. They, I think a lot of people were pretty much done with last generation. They just didn't come out and say it like we were saying it. When it comes to the PlayStation, it was actually pretty lax for the fact that Sony kind of put the bug out there saying that, there ain't gonna be no extras at retail. So stay your butt at home, hit F5 on your keyboard 1,000 times until you find one. So I really didn't have anybody that lined up pretty much when I opened the doors, when people started showing up, and we had appointments and stuff for the system throughout the day. But that was just the beginning, because the phone calls did not stop.
Damn.
I was like, wait, I was like, dog, I'm literally answering the phone with, hi, thanks for calling GameStop, where we're celebrating the PlayStation 5 launch online. How can I help you? They still like, you got a PS5? I'm like, bro, I just said it's only online.
They ain't listening to that.
They ain't listening to that, bro. That just let you know when you answer the phone, when you say something to people, they don't hear what you say the first time. But no, man, it was just exciting to hear people be excited for just something new, other than what we were doing before. And I'm just looking forward to seeing more and more people get their hands on these systems. Of course, people out here trying to, scalp us and stuff, say, yo, man, how much you want for your play? You got one? How much you want for it? I'm like, bro, unless you give me $1,400 for my PlayStation, it ain't leaving my house. It ain't leaving. It ain't leaving. I'm keeping it. I was like, my wife found out that her best friend had bought one, and was like, she called, she said, hey, how can you get another PlayStation? I was like, pigs flying? Maybe sometime later in the year. She's like, I said, why? She said, because my best friend need one. I said, I just got her one. I said, I got her one on pre-order day. She said, well, she sold it. I was like, what you sell it for? She said, dude, somebody offered her $1,500 for it. I'd have been like, oh, it's gone. I was like, oh, it's gone. It's gone. She wasn't even trying to sell it, but she said someone found out that she had it. It's like, I'll give you $1,500 for it. And I listen, if y'all offer me $1,500 for my PlayStation 5, it's been open. I'll reseal it and I'll send it to you. Can I wait for another one to come? I'm just saying. I mean, at a certain point. But it's crazy. It's crazy out here.
Let me ask the panel this question, because Forte just brought up something interesting. So, Forte, you would sell your PlayStation 5 for $1,500.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
I'll wait for one to come.
So let me ask the rest of the panel this. Erica, would you sell your PlayStation 5 if someone offered you $1,500?
I mean, that's a lot of money, but
that's 3
honestly,
PlayStation 5s.
with how hard it is to get a PS5 though, like I don't know. I would have to think about it. I might not. I might say sorry.
Well, you know what?
I need this Demon
yeah.
Souls, you know?
Well, for Erica, I can understand that because Erica, she's all about Demon Souls. So she has a game day one that wants it. Me, I'm only buying this in for anticipation for God of War. And I don't know when the hell God of War is coming. That's the only game that will make me keep this. Now, if you were telling me God of War was coming out in February, oh no, man, $1,500 can't make me move this system at all. But the fact that I don't think God of War is coming out till 2022, I think they just tried to hype us up with a 2020 release date. This thing gone.
They're delaying that.
They're delaying this. I can wait. I can wait. As much as I'm enjoying as much as I'm enjoying Astrobot and I'm enjoying Miles Morales, and I sat for 45 minutes in the character creation screen for Demon Souls. As much as I'm enjoying that, bro, God of War ain't here. This thing gone for $1,500.
Wow. I hear you, man. I mean, I get it. You know, like Ted DiBiase said, everyone has a price. J-Dub, what about you, man? Would you sell your console for $1,500?
I wouldn't, and the only reason is because I'll get that $1,500, but it may be 6 months before I'm able to get my hands on another one. So I'll eventually, when I'll have to spend $1,500 on eBay to get one anyway. So I don't think it'd be worth it at this point in time.
Yeah.
These systems, I hate to say it, with COVID and everything, there's just not going to be a lot of them releasing in quite some time before you can just walk in the store and get them. That's just the way it is, guys. We need to understand that. And if you can do without a PS5 for 6-7 months or whatever, then God bless you. But I need that greatness.
Oh, I feel you. You know what? And you're absolutely right, because do I really want to give up my PlayStation 5? No. But the biggest question is, I'm in a unique situation where I know when one's going to walk in the store and I don't have to tell anybody.
That's true. That's a great point, Forte.
So as soon as the next one comes, so if one comes in next week, trust me, one is coming off the top, and I'm not even letting nobody know that it was there.
Hey, are you gonna hook up our boy Slow-Mo if one comes?
Slow-Mo already on the list. Hopefully, he can find one before then.
Hey, I just want to say something regarding Slow-Mo real quick, Forte.
Yo, what's up?
He did say on BRAP,
he did,
that he was not going to buy a PlayStation 5 because he had no interest in buying one because he could play Miles Morales on PlayStation 4. No, he said that.
He did say that.
And Mooch was on that show and said to him, Slow-Mo, why wouldn't you just, if you're going to get one anyway, at least take the trade-in value that GameStop's offering you to get that $200 off the top, right? And just get it. Even if you don't want it right now, if you're going to buy it, why not take advantage of it? He's like, no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, well, Slow-Mo's weird.
He debated that point on DPS, though, by the way, and I was like, wait a minute.
Oh yeah, thank you for the backup too.
Yeah, no, absolutely, because I was like, wait a minute, no, you did want one, or you did want one, you didn't want one.
So he missed out on that trade-in.
No, that goes all the way to the 30th.
Oh, so but as far as getting a PS5, I mean, he's gonna have difficulty getting one.
Oh, that's gonna be that's gonna be. It's hard for just me to even find out. I mean, I don't even like the next thing. Only thing I heard is, since the circulation for Black Friday is going around, that we're gonna have them on Black Friday day. I mean, take that as you will. I don't know, because I haven't seen the ad myself. But if it's actually in the ad, then more than likely that's going to be true. But I just don't know who knows how many. They probably said 3.
Wow.
3.
So Forte, I did hear at the launch of the PlayStation 5, there's a regional at GameStop, at my local GameStop. I think she was helping out or something. Because she's like, yeah, she's like, we have some put away in the warehouse for Black Friday.
Yeah, they do.
And she's like, but I don't know how many I'm going to get.
Nope, nobody does.
So do you think so you don't have any inclination in Forte? Like,
it's gonna be based on how stores did with Attach when it comes to selling games and accessories. They're gonna prioritize the stores that did better in that area because they know those stores are gonna do good with selling extra systems with extra stuff added to them.
Wow. Okay, and that makes complete sense, right? That makes complete sense. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So let's talk about the Xbox Series X, because that launched first. It launched Tuesday. I got mine sitting here. I have it standing vertical, and
the only way it should be sitting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it should. I actually had it horizontal. I just did not like it. It just didn't look right to me.
It looks awkward like that. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's like the little disk drive is on one side, possibly, or I mean, of course, it's going to be on one side, but I don't know. There's something about it that makes it look awkward.
It looks like a big block of cheese that's black.
But then you got the top, and then you got the top part that's like green, which looks really cool. I think that looks awesome when it's staring straight up.
I agree,
Vertical.
Erica.
Yeah.
I have, like I said, I have mine. It's vertical, and it's. I don't know. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's very minimalist, I guess, in design. Yeah, but I mean, I don't have any complaints really, other than I think it laying horizontally is just not really appealing. But I don't know. Like yeah, I mean, it looks okay. I mean, that's the only way I can describe.
Trying to find the right way to explain it.
Look, it's just there. I guess I don't know. I mean, so what is? I'll go with you, Erica. What are your thoughts on the controller, the design of the console, and what has your experience been so far on the Series X, like in terms of games and and so forth?
You're asking me this question as if I have one.
I thought you had one. Does she have one?
I thought you had one.
Nah. I mean, I have my PC, so I kind of have one.
Okay.
But I mean, no. But I did buy the controller. I have the blue controller, which is really nice. Very grippy. Very. Just feels brand new. I've been playing on this old ass Xbox One controller for like years. So going from that to this one, the nice blue new controller, it feels really good. But no, I don't have an X. I don't.
Well, it makes PCMR.
Yeah, I thought you knew this. So I was like, wait, is he asking me this? So I say PC Master Race? Like,
yeah, right. No, actually, for some reason I thought you had the Series X, but it makes sense though, being PCMR, why you wouldn't get one along. I get it. it.
Yeah. I mean, if I had money to just burn, and if there was a bunch of them out there, and I could feel like, oh, I could get one, and someone else, be okay with someone else not having it, then yeah, maybe. But right now, during this time, people are trying to get these consoles. Like, I'm not going to be a a-hole and just get it because I don't need it. Really,
Erica, let's just be real. You got a PC. You got greatness. You don't need a Series X.
I mean, technically, yeah, I don't need it. I can play Gears Tactics. I already beat it on PC.
Yeah,
I'm a Gears head, you guys know. So, but I always know that if I did not have my PC, if I did not game on PC, yeah, I'd probably have it because of Gears. I mean, that's just a system seller for me. But I beat it in April? When did that game come out?
Yeah,
I think it came out a long time ago.
Yeah,
it came out a while ago.
Yeah. So I mean, I could fire up Gears 5 right now, get those frames. So.
Gears 5 looks better on PC still, by the way. Just leave it at that. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be able to test it, but I'll take your word for it.
She don't need to have
PC.
She don't need to have them.
Oh Lord,
those dynamic resolutions.
Yeah, no, I think it looks better on PC still. I played it on Series X and I played it on PC, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I got my G-Sync monitor, so it's been looking pretty for a hot minute over here. But,
yes. Like, so the people are like 60 frames per second or 120. I'm like, yeah, been there, done that. Yeah. So that's just, it is kind of, well, look, I mean, look, I'm happy. I'll say this. I'm happy to see games like I played Assassin's Creed Valhalla on Series X, right? The immediate, the one thing I noticed right off the bat was the 60 frames per second. I'm like, this is cool. Like, that's a cool thing that console gamers get to experience that in a game like Assassin's Creed, right? It's typically like that'd be like 30 frames per second. So it's it's nice. It's awesome. And I love the excitement that people are having, seeing these games run at higher frame rates. It really is, in my opinion, a game changer. One of the things that I immediately noticed when I built my PC was how the frame rates, like playing games at like 120 or playing like, I was playing Halo Reach at 144 frames per second. I mean, I'm like, it's just, it's such a great experience. And it's really cool that people get to experience that now on consoles. So, J-Dub, I want to go to you real quick. Well, actually, Forte, how much time do you have, man? Because I
got like 10 minutes.
All right, let's go to you, Forte, real quick. Thoughts on Series X, man?
The experience of the experience of just getting the system was pretty crazy, pretty amazing. Just opening up the boxes, like, yo, this looks like Apple put this together. So just opening it up.
The boxing was nice. Yes.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is like some Xbox. Like, you spent $500. It's like, yo, we gonna treat you to something. If we can make a refrigerator, we can at least, make the box look appealing when we open it up. Mm-hmm. So that was really cool. Setup was a breeze. Being able to do it through your phone and everything. Like I said, the only thing that always comes back is just not having anything truly to show it off, when it comes to first party. But once you get past that part and you start realizing that a lot of the games that are out, with the exception of like 3 or 4, are pretty much cross-platform, you'll get over it kind of quickly. It's just the fact that for me, the game that I truly wanted to play on it got the patch got delayed to December 8th. So I kind of been playing more on PC than on Xbox, just because I can still play at that fidelity. Shout out to the PC Master Race. Can still play how I want to play over there. But I've been doing like Bright Memory. I played some Valhalla. Valhalla actually is like really cool. Like, I've never played an Assassin's Creed game above 60 frames because I just didn't buy them on PC. So getting the chance to actually see and feel how that game runs actually is really cool. And to know that none of these games are really taking advantage of the velocity architecture yet. So we're waiting to wait for that still to mature a little bit more. So games are only going to get better on the platform as time goes on. But just having the system in my possession is exciting because there's so many other people that don't have it. So it's like, I'm just happy I have this thing so I ain't got to go out and search for one later on.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
But as of right now, there's really no definitive thing that you have to play on the game, on the system. Cyberpunk will probably end up being that because, and that's if that game actually does come out this year at this point. But that's what my whole thought process on it. I just think that Xbox they got the system out. We just don't have anything to really show it off from a first party standpoint. But there's still things to be excited for because there's a bunch of games still coming out for the system. It's kind of just contrasted by the launch of the other system.
When?
Well, I'm talking about third party. I'm not talking about first party, sir. First party's in the bushes. We already know that.
Oh, okay.
Come on, see, this is what I'm talking about. This man want to jump down somebody's throat. I just said games are coming, but I didn't say Xbox first party games are coming. I just said games. And see, J-Dub already, he ready to pounce on people already.
He was like, when
God dang. I'll throw you in the bushes too, man. It's like when.
Hey, that's that. Forte, that's that magical word, man. That one word, win.
You ain't gonna catch me with that one word because I ain't say no definitive thing like, oh, Xbox got games coming in 2 weeks. We know that ain't happening.
Right? Just wait till E3. We'll be all right.
No, we ain't waiting till no E3.
We'll be all right.
No, we're not doing that.
We'll be playing PlayStation up until that point if that's the case.
Yeah. Hey, JW, you triggered someone in the live chat, man. I'm not gonna say who it is, but someone is. Man. Yeah, they come on. It's all funny games. The guy owns a Series X. Give him a break.
My brother Juan Castillo is good.
Yeah, no, those are great points, Forte. I mean, I think the consensus has been everything what you just described. There's no, there's that game that really shows off the Series X per se.
And to finish it out is the thing with me with the Xbox is it runs incomplete right now. It's like it's kind of been the story of Xbox for the last 3-4 years. Like they're doing a lot of things that we're waiting for them to basically just turn the corner on. So every corner they turn, it's like running J-Duck could appreciate. It's like running that never-ending race. It's like every corner you go around could be the last corner, but then you realize you still got five more miles to the next corner, but you don't know what's around that corner till you get there. So it's like buying all these studios, having all that stuff in place. Yeah, we just don't know when the end game is going to be for that until we start seeing them. Like same thing with like the controller and stuff. The controller is really good, but then it's contrasted by another company that did, drastic innovation on their controller that makes it kind of just, even if you don't think it's better, it seems better because it's new. So people are talking about it more, and it's more exciting to as a gamer and as a person that just likes tech, everybody likes new things. So Xbox has kind of just said, we're just gonna keep what's working and work and build on it. And in some instances, I think that's a great thing. But everybody wants innovation to basically be like warp speed, and that's what PlayStation is kind of doing. We talked about it. We talked about it yesterday. And it's mostly just coming down to, you may like this, you may like that, but PlayStation is doing something different from Xbox, and they're trying to say, we don't want this generation to be like last generation, where Xbox says, we just want the generation to continue and just be something that we build upon going forward. Yeah,
that's a great point, Forte. I think I said this on what's up, B Money?
Yeah, what's going on?
Not much, man. Well,
2K Master Race.
Yeah, 2K's in the house. I'm coming for you, B.
How much VC you spent so far on that PlayStation?
Oh man, I had some stockpile prior to coming out, man, so I'm good.
Hey, B, I'm coming for you, man.
Hey, I'm waiting, man.
He had PlayStation credit already loaded into the system.
Oh yeah, you already know, man.
Yeah,
one of the whales of the industry right there.
Absolutely. It's too funny. No, it's great points, Forte. I mean, like I said, I think my opinion at least, that the PlayStation 5, we'll get to the PlayStation here in a little bit, but seems more of a next gen launch than the Series X so far. But J-Dub, what are your thoughts, man? Like, I know you picked up a Series X. What are your thoughts on the launch?
I had a pre-order for the X Series X, and I canceled mine a week and a half before launch. Looked over at my Xbox One X and realized, there was really nothing much to play on it, and I didn't want to, spend another $500 and stuff like that, and take that away from somebody else who could possibly enjoy it. So I canceled my pre-order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I hear you, man. No, I hear you. I'm listening to this.
I'm like this, Enrique. Whenever the games come, we know they're coming, right? But whenever they come, then I'll do it, right? I'll invest. I'll buy one. But just having a box for a year, 2 years with, it's just I didn't want to keep going on the merry-go-round again.
So, yeah, I hear you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I was there on the fence, man. I almost canceled my pre-order, but Forte's company came through, and I couldn't pass up that trading value. I said, if I'm going to get one down the road, hashtag Moochonomics, as Mooch calls it, I might as well just get it now. And but I really haven't played mine much. I think I fired it up the first night, played a little bit the next day, and then PS5 came out, and I just haven't looked back at the Series X. There's not anything right now that's really kind of motivating me to turn it on and play. Even when I looked at like Game Pass stuff, there's not a lot of games that are designated, Xbox Series X and S enhanced. There's a few there, but not a lot. So yeah, I just really haven't had the motivation really to go back and play, which is kind of weird for me for the launch of an Xbox console, because as far as I can remember, I've bought every Xbox at launch from the original OG Xbox. There's always been something there to kind of keep my attention, just not there right now. And
same here.
Yeah,
having those games like back and forward compat, it's definitely a factor. If you already have your One X, it's like, well, I could just play them here.
Exactly.
It'd be definitely worth it for someone who had like the base Xbox One, the VCR, and
then VCR,
yeah, and they don't have PC or anything like that. This is a big upgrade for them. So I mean, there's definitely an audience that's like going crazy over this Xbox right now.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I think if you're someone who owns that Connect VCR bundle,
or even the S, the first S or whatever. Yeah. It's a jump for sure.
And maybe you're new to Game Pass, but even, like I said, even with Game Pass, I was kind of surprised that there's only a few titles in Game Pass that are X and S enhanced. Which is kind of at least in my opinion, I thought was kind of a bummer. Hopefully we'll see more of those titles. I mean, there's some newer titles that obviously are enhanced: Valhalla, Call of Duty. I think the big get from Microsoft is for the Series X is Yakuza Like a Dragon. I don't know if that's going to appeal to the Xbox audience. I hope it does, because I think Microsoft really needs a game like that in their portfolio. Kind of like we talked about this on Crossfire last night, Forte. You may remember Kofi talked about this, kind of rounding out that library, the offerings, if you will, of the Xbox, similar to what they did with the 360. All those great JRPG titles in the days of the 360. If you guys remember, like Blue Dragon, Lost Odyssey, there's some others there that were really solid titles on the 360. But B, I already know you did not. Actually, let me get the super chat before I go to you, B Money. Casual 7 with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Casual. Says, did you guys get any technical issues with your PS5? A lot of people are reporting their consoles bricking and stuff. I haven't had any issues with my PlayStation 5. Obviously, there's going to be issues at launch with both consoles. That's why you got to get that warranty. Got to get the warranty, right, Forte?
Hey, this is one time that you definitely want to buy it. No, it's too many people out here saying they having issues for you to be having a $500 system. That, I mean, even though you do got a warranty through Sony, I'm just not about that life of having to wait. I mean, you're gonna probably have to wait anyway, so it don't really matter, because you don't tell them when you go get another one. I mean, I had one issue just one time. The first time I hooked it up, when I was clicking on, I think it just happened to be Astrobot. I clicked on it and the game crashed before it even got into the game. Like the whole UI just went down. Had to hard reset the system. But that was the only time it happened, that one time, the very first time that I tried to click on it. And ever since then, I haven't had an issue. So, it's a lot of bugs. And I think they even said they got a bunch of updates in the works. So don't be surprised if there's a 3 to 4 gig update coming your way in the next month.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I myself haven't had any like hardware issues. The only issue I kind of had was like the game share issue. I couldn't get it to work, even though I did it step by step. It wasn't working at first, and then magically it just worked.
Yeah, I saw your tweets on that. You said it didn't work.
I tweeted it, and then it didn't work. I swear, that's my luck. But hey, as long as it works. But other than that, I haven't had any like hard crashes or like, some people were saying don't put it in rest mode, whatever you do, because it bricks your console. And I haven't had any issues with rest.
My system stays in rest mode.
Yeah, mine does too. I haven't had any issues either. Yeah.
Because when I'm installing games, I'm not trying to leave it on. I'm going to put on rest. So it's been fine for me so far, thankfully. I have a digital console.
I'll tell you guys this. There is a small subset of people out on social media that is overhyping the destruction of the platform they don't like. For example, they're trying to say,
absolutely.
PS5 is
that always
breaking,
happens.
and then the other side, there's guys saying, the X Series X is overheating. You got smoke coming out of it. Some stuff like that. That's just crazy talk that's going on. So you just kind of have to look at both sides and ignore it until the companies themselves or the retailers actually speak out about a certain number of returns and stuff like that. I would just ignore this stuff. It's just fanboy banner.
Do you guys got digital or the physical ones?
I have digital.
You said what?
I have both of them. You
have both? Yeah. So I put a tweet out. Who are y'all standing up or laying down for your digital one, for your physical one? B.
Standing up.
Have you put a disc in it? Have you put a disc in it wrong yet?
No.
I saw your tweet, Forte.
No,
Forte did.
Yeah, I sure did.
I yelled at that picture, Forte. I yelled at it. I said, no.
No, I put that disc in. No, listen, I put the disc in, and I was like, just sitting there for a second. I was like, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. And then I'm thinking to myself, and I don't even take the disc out. I'm thinking, like, why is this not working? I'm like working through my mind. I say, if I lay the system down, is this right? And then I was like, the disc goes at the man, god dang it, man. But look, it was so funny to me. Yeah. It was so funny to me. I was like, listen, man, I know y'all done did this. Somebody that did this outside of me. Don't be shy. And a whole bunch of people like Porter Rock out there saying he did it. Everybody out the door. Shout out to the physical gang that's going out there putting their disc in wrong because PlayStation decided to make it look like it was going in the opposite direction.
That's funny. That's funny. It's an honest mistake, man.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt anything. It was just as soon as I turned the disc around, it worked. But I was like, yo, people was like, dog, my system is bricked. And you kind of tie that to the fact that a lot of people are hearing issues about the system. Now everybody's like, dog, is my system working? It's not working. One person said, I've been waiting 10 minutes for it to load. I'm like, yo, to taste it.
10 minutes.
Yeah, he said 10 minutes. It was just because he had the disc in backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you what, the one thing I'll say about this, about the consoles and everything, the one thing I'm happy about now is we can actually talk about games.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm tired. I can't tell you for the last 4 or 5 months, it's all been like tech talk and who does ray tracing better and who's got faster velocity architecture, whatever the case, right? I mean, like I'm like, whatever. I don't even care about that stuff per se, but finally we get to talk about games. PTL is all I have to say, which stands for Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord, and I am out of here. I will see you guys later.
Forte, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, definitely. Have a great show. Astro's Playroom, play it. It's probably the third best launch game on the system right now between Spider-Man and Demon Souls because it's definitely better than Godfall.
Facts.
I'll see you guys later.
All right, Forte, man.
Bye.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I'm just excited we get to talk about video games now. Like, I just have been tired with the rhetoric back and forth, that we see on our timelines at times. But Jay's often the instigator of that, and good fun, I might add.
Facts.
So, all right. So I think B. I already know you didn't get a Series X, man. And well, let me ask you, B. Are you ever gonna get a Series X? Or are you done?
I was thinking about it the other day, man. Like I might get it when the next console comes out. I'm sure they'll do an iteration sometime this generation. So maybe then. It just depends on what games are out, like where I'm at, like in my PC build. If it's better for me to just upgrade my GPU and look at it that way. So it just depends, but probably not. I'm leaning on the side of probably not ever buying an Xbox again.
Damn.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I get it. You have a PC. You kind of really don't need an Xbox Series X per se, right? I mean, I get it, man.
Right.
Unless you want the luxury of playing, in your living room or something like that, right? But yeah, I get it, man. I get it. It makes sense. It's why I've been saying this since last year when I got a PC. I've been next gen for a year now, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Ray tracing, SSD, higher frames. What's that?
1440p.
1440p. And it's funny. I used to have people tell me, "Oh, you don't have HDR, you don't have 4K." Dude, trust me, I'm good.
Yeah, 1440p is straight beautiful. Like, I don't even think about 4K at all.
I don't either. And Erica, I used to be one of those 4K disciples,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's got to be 4K. And then I realized that when I got my PC, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Very high, you go to the settings menu and you turn up very high or ultra settings, and it's like, wait a minute. Wait, this is different.
The first game I fired up on my G-Sync was Gears 5. We played some multiplayer, and I was like, it felt like a jump, like as if I got an next-gen system. I was like, this is crazy. Like, it looked so beautiful.
Erica, what's crazy about Gears when I played it? Like, you talked about G-Sync and everything, that the controls were so much more responsive.
Yeah.
Like I literally noticed when I was shooting an enemy that my shots were registering real time, it felt like. And I'm like, I never realized that there was this lag time on the console.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so instantaneous. I don't even know. That's probably the best way to describe it, I guess, right?
Yeah. Another good game to test, at least for me, was Sekiro, because I beat Sekiro on PS4, beat it there, struggled with I pressed the button and it didn't come out, and kind of thing. And then I played on PC and I'm like, oh, I'm going by the, in these dodges just fine.
Erica,
you definitely feel it.
Erica, I felt like I was cheating in Sekiro on PC.
It felt easier, right?
Yeah, I felt like I was like, oh my god, I actually it worked. I blocked him when I hit the button.
Exactly. Yeah.
It literally makes a difference. And and I was playing Sekiro 1440p. Now that game's locked 60 frames per second on PC.
Yeah.
But to go from 30 to 60 in a game like that, oh my god, like it felt like I was cheating. I remember there was the first samurai that the big samurai that you fight, the first one. I don't remember.
Yeah, the little mini boss type.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And I remember playing, and I got Sekiro on the Xbox One X first, and then I didn't like it because I didn't like the way the controllers felt for it. I felt like they weren't forgiving enough for that game, the Xbox controller. So I got the PlayStation version. Felt that was better for me, at least.
Yeah, it's a preference, I think. I prefer the PlayStation controllers for Souls games too.
Yeah, I just feel like they're more responsive for those games. But when I remember playing that, and I remember going to that like mini boss, and like I kept dying, I couldn't beat him for the life of me. Right? I'm like, what the hell? I blocked, I moved. Like what's going on? First time I got him on the PC, destroyed him. Destroyed him. I'm like, what is like? This is crazy.
This easy mode? You're like, did they add difficulty settings? What happened?
Yeah, I'm like looking at my right. I'm like, like what? But it's because of the response, because it was 60 frames. And then you get that 1 millisecond input lag on your monitor. I mean, I love PC. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, that's enough of my
consoles.
What's that?
I said anyway, back to consoles. We're gonna keep going if we don't stop.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll get on my soapbox and just start preaching on why I think PC is the best platform. All right. So PlayStation 5 launch. Well, actually, real quick before I get to PlayStation 5 launch, I do want to mention something that just came out yesterday. So Microsoft put out some news regarding Xbox Series X and S owners. Nearly 3,600 unique games within 24 hours of launch. That's according to the Xbox Wire blog. They did say that they sold more new consoles than in any prior generation. I think the previous record was 1 million with the Xbox One, I think, in 24 hours. So it's safe to assume that they surpassed that 1 million mark. We don't know if it's 1 million and one, but they surpassed it. So that's great to hear that news from Microsoft. But I thought it was interesting. They're talking about the 3,000. It's actually 3,594 different titles to be exact that people played on their Series X and S in the first 24 hours. Microsoft says that that's kind of indicative of the fact that people are playing, are excited to check out their older favorites on new hardware. So,
yeah.
So PlayStation 5. Let me just say something real quick. Greatness is here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Look, Sony. I know people will be like, oh, you're a pony. I don't care. Call me a pony. I don't care. Let me tell you something. When you put out a good product, I am going to be excited. I'm going to cap for that product because it's good. And they knocked it out of the park with this launch. And I know we've been critical with Sony's messaging on this show, at times. And outside of that, though, the hardware, the games, I mean, to me, this console feels like a next generation launch. The DualSense is
game changer.
Yeah. I mean, Erica, I think you would agree with this, Erica. What an upgrade, right? From the DualShock 4 to the DualSense, right?
Oh, yeah. It's doing things like, when they first announced it, there's going to be all this haptic feedback and you can't use your PS4 controller. I'm like, they hyping this, are they going to do this like right up front for like one game and then that's it? Because sometimes that happens where there's a gimmick or something and it's like on one game and then they kind of don't use it anymore. But this so far has been across the board. Like Demon's Souls is using it as well. So I've just been impressed. It's doing things that it just adds to the game. Like it adds to the experience for sure.
Yeah. it adds a different another layer of immersion that we don't have in games right now. Like I read someone say on Twitter that, oh, it's just like Rumble. It's not that big of a deal. No, this isn't like your controller rumbling per se, right? This is more than that.
Mhm.
Like someone in the live chat said Call of Duty uses this game uses this feature very well. I think Gaming Forte on Crossfire even said this. You were part of Crossfire last night too, Jay.
Yeah.
Call of Duty, and I think you're playing that right now, Jay.
Yeah.
What does it feel like with the haptic feedback in that game?
Well, I just want to say this: all third-party games thus far on PS5 utilize the DualSense haptic and the other features part of the controller, and so that's awesome. That means that's massive adoption already day one. When you're playing COD, each gun you have feels different. The trigger pull is different depending. For example, a 12 gauge shotgun trigger.
He cut out.
Yep, I think we lost him. Jay, you there?
Hello?
Xbox got him.
Yeah, Uncle Phil got you, Jay.
Phil tried to get me, man. Phil tried to get me.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, but when you're using a 12 gauge, the trigger pull is a lot heavier. I mean, you feel it versus if you're using a 45 pistol where the trigger is a lot lighter. The recoil is felt. I mean, this thing is nuts. And when you run out of bullets, I mean, the trigger is, you're pulling, there's nothing happening because there's no bullets and you need to reload. And once you reload, you start back. It's just a lot of stuff that it really immerses you into the game. It's a whole new feeling that you've never had before in gaming, which is crazy.
That's awesome.
That's
even when you're playing, like I'll be playing NBA 2K or something like that. If I'm posting somebody up, the trigger pull will get like real heavy because I got a defensive person. I can't back him down, and it's kind of hard to explain. You have to try it for yourself.
So you're saying like a resistance kind of thing?
Yes.
Yeah, even in like
not only the resistance, but the rumble. Like it feels like it's a thump. Like you can tell like there's physical contact, which is crazy.
Yeah, because I play 2K a lot, so if when you're playing as a defender and you're gonna get beat like to a particular side, or it's a strong side push, or like on a post up or whatever, it kind of rumbles to the one side where the player is gonna either spin or you're gonna get beat. So it kind of helps you detect like, all right, I need to square my body back up because I'm gonna get beat on this side, or the opponent can cross me over and get to the lane. So all those features, the trigger pull and the adjustment on the right stick now, because they have the arcing in the game. So like you can change the arc of your shot depending on how quick you pull it back. So like the trigger pull is a little different as well. So they really did a good job of implementing that in 2K.
Yeah, well, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, B-Money. BitCloud, are you there? Can you hear us? Bit is streaming. It's got Miles Morales on right now.
Live stream right here. Nice.
Yeah. I don't know if you can hear us.
I haven't fired up Miles yet. I'm hoping to tomorrow to see how that feels. But Demon Souls, I don't know if anyone else has played it.
No, I haven't yet.
Feedback like you, when you're about to get hit by a fireball or you pass any kind of fire at your feet, you can kind of feel that in the controller, like the triggers.
Really?
And the sides of your controllers, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's awesome. I wouldn't say it's going that far as like the Call of Duty and the what I'm hearing about 2K. Maybe not that far, but
I was talking, I couldn't hear.
But it's there. What's up,
yeah.
Bit?
What's up, Bit?
What's up?
Bit is great. Greatness has arrived. Well,
yeah, my bad. I literally was playing this, and I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot."
No worries, man. No worries. Gaming. I understand. Gaming comes first. I totally get it, man.
Check out the ray tracing, Erica. That's what you're missing out on.
Fidelity mode. I'll fire this up tomorrow.
Yeah. Erica, you talked about the haptic feedback with Demon Souls. So as Bit's playing Miles Morales, like one of the things I noticed immediately is that you could feel the tension when you're of the web when you're swinging. Like and you could feel the weight of people when you pick them up with the web.
Mm-hmm.
And
you can also feel the velocity when you're falling.
Yep, you could.
You
Yeah,
can feel all that.
like I was just. I mean, I'm telling you, like this, Sony just did, and I said this on Crossfire last night. I think the DualSense is the best controller right now.
It's
In gaming,
definitely next gen feeling. It's like, okay, this is, all the hype and all the things they were saying. It's like, okay, there's weight to it, like literally weight to it. Like you can feel this stuff. It's pretty awesome.
yeah. I feel like they took the best of, in terms of design and weight of a controller. They took the best of the DualShock and the Xbox controller, and kind of combined them together, and then added haptic feedback, right? And I just like when I picked up the controller for the first time, I was just blown away by how much better it was than a DualShock 4, any DualShock. And
it feels more like a premium controller.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and bit like I've been since the OG Xbox. You probably remember this, B, the controller S. Remember the controller S?
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Which replaced the Duke.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like ever since the controller S came out for the Xbox, I've always thought the Xbox has always had the best controller for console gaming, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But DualSense now has changed that for me. I think it's the best controller out right now. I really do. I'm just that impressed with the technology in it, the design. Sony put a lot of thought in this. It looks like, I think you said this, but it looks like a premium product.
Yeah, everything from the face buttons, the triggers really blew me away, like right out the gate, even before before it came out, because I had unboxed early. Like you just feel the difference immediately. Like there's a lot of resistance here.
Yeah.
Just it's a lot to it. What I do like even more though is the fact that they actually, the funny thing is they took that if it ain't broke, don't fix it approach. Like the analog sticks are pretty much the same.
Yep, they
but
are
more tighter this time around.
definitely.
And I'm looking at Microsoft's. Microsoft hasn't even addressed the issue with their analog sticks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, and I've obviously, I have both consoles, so I've had both controllers. This just, the fact that the you mentioned the thumbsticks on the DualSense, they definitely feel a little tighter, which I like, because I always felt like the DualShock was a little too loose for my liking.
Mm-hmm.
But this seems like a nice happy medium,
Yeah.
Where I thought at times the Xbox controller was a little too stiff, and the DualShock had too much give. And I feel like this is a happy medium between those two. Look, I can't say. Look, obviously, I really like this console. It just, when I fired it up for the first time, that UI, it just felt like a premium. I don't even know how to describe it. It feels like a premium device, right?
Bro, it legit pops. That's the thing. Like if you have a 4K display, the whole menu just looks on another level. Like it really does. It pops. And they even went the extra mile with simplicity. Everything's so simple.
Yeah, they did.
It's fast as hell. If they answer all the questions, it's faster. They improved. I think they got rid of the data cap. That's what I think is another thing, because downloads and uploads are faster than they've ever been, period, for a console for them. So I think that's the case too.
Well, bit man, when I downloaded Miles Morales, I was shocked how quickly it downloaded on my PlayStation 5. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like
I downloaded all my PS4 games that I had on my backlog to the system. It was done in like less than 2 hours.
Wow.
And that's 4 games.
Wow. That's that wasn't last gen for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely not. That PS4?
Yeah. Hey, B, man, I want to get your thoughts on PlayStation 5, sir, because I know you've been hyped about this console, man.
Yeah, man. It's the best console out right now, in my opinion. If you want a next gen console, then grab a PS5. And I think a lot of people out there are understanding that, like, yo, PlayStation is offering something at the beginning, and that's probably the way I'm gonna go. And I've played Dastro's Playroom with my kids. Like, they took it over. They enjoyed the hell out of it. I've been playing a lot of 2K. They started playing Spider-Man. So it's offering everything that you can ask for. You know what I mean? New games at the beginning, new controller, you know what I mean? Next generation feel. So I'm super happy, man. Looking forward to the future.
Yeah. No, that's, I mean, it's, And I've heard like Astro's Playroom actually is a great like almost demo of the DualSense controller. I haven't played it yet, but that's what I'm hearing. Even Optimus Code platinumed the damn game already. So and he couldn't stop talking about it.
It's definitely cool for like a tech demo. I don't even feel like it. It feels like a game, like a full game, because you go through it different levels, and it's cool too because it pays tribute to like the history of PlayStation. So if you grew up with PlayStation, or you just remember the old sounds, the boot up sounds, and all that, like they show that stuff, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome and then of course you're feeling all the different things it can do. Like shooting a bow and arrow, you feel like that pull back on it, and then you feel like when you're climbing up something, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I didn't even realize the controller was still using like the 6-axis motion until I started playing at Astro's Playroom. I was like, oh, okay. You still got to swing the controller like back and forth, like when you're reaching.
Yeah, I just did that earlier. Yeah.
I'm gonna share about how fast the load time is on this. So this is a quick, this is a fast travel. Yeah. Remember how before you saw the train and he's like, on his phone? That's the thing of the past.
Let me see this. Wow.
That's the thing of the past, guys.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And let me tell you, Miles Morales just wow. I mean,
pops, man. Look at the cars. It pops.
Everything pops, and the production values in this game are just fantastic. The soundtrack, the voice acting. I mean, the game is just it's just a solid game. It really is. I mean, hats off to Insomniac. They did an outstanding job with this game. It's the reason why I haven't fired up Demon Souls yet, which I think I'm going to get to today at some point.
Yeah, I'm shocked that everybody went there immediately. Like Erica, she went to Demon Souls. I'm like, wow, nobody showing Miles no love right now. Everybody went direct.
Yeah, like I was debating because I know Miles is obviously the shorter game, and I can knock it out maybe in a couple days or something. But I can't help myself. I'm like, I have to see those Demon Souls is so beautiful, incredible looking. Those graphics are. I mean, I've said this before, like on my own channel, like. The types of graphics I dreamed of as a kid, I feel like I'm seeing that with Demon Souls. Like this is what I dreamed of. Like how beautiful the environments are, the lighting, the shadows. Like it's just incredible. And that's on performance mode. Like you don't even need to do. I think it's called cinematic. I switched to it for a second after seeing the nice frame rates, and I went back to the 30 or whatever just to see the difference. Yeah, it's not worth it. Don't do it. Performance mode is so beautiful. It's like minor differences as far as the graphics. Like it's just stay on performance. It's so good.
I'm torn right now. What you're looking at, I'm running this at fidelity. I'm torn.
Yeah, Spider-Man's different. It's a different situation. Totally.
Yeah,
it's good.
I'm running Spider-Man with like the ray tracing on and everything. I just want to experience that. I may tinker with it a little bit. But that's good to know, though, Erica, that you can do performance mode on Demon Souls, and it still looks outstanding.
Oh, it's stunning! I'm telling you guys, it's stunning.
All right, I'm gonna have to find that up today. Jay, I think I already know what you have to say about PlayStation 5, but let's get your thoughts, sir, on the PS5.
It's greatness, man, and the number one thing about it is it has games. It has great games. New next generation experiences.
That J-Dub, what's up, bro?
What's going on, bro? That's like the best thing I can say. The games speak for themselves. The consoles speak for themselves. The DualSense controller. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Just like what Erica said, the first game I booted up was Demon Souls, and I tried it on the fidelity mode. I tried it on the performance. But it doesn't matter which one you choose. But God, again, I'm not even I keep saying, I'm not even a Soulsborne type gamer. But this had to be the first game that I booted up. I knew Spider-Man was going to look great. I knew the rest of those games was going to look amazing. But Demon Souls, I would have to say, at this point in time, has to be the graphical showcase title for the PlayStation 5. If you got people coming over to check out the PS5, that's the game you want in your systems about.
Wow.
Definitely.
All right. All right, now I got to fire up Demon Souls.
You got to at least check out that beginning area. You
Yeah.
gotta see it. You got to see it.
I got to check it out. So let me ask you guys something. So where do you think this launch for PlayStation 5 ranks amongst the previous 4 PlayStation launch? I think it's one of the better. I think it's better than the PlayStation 4 launch. In my opinion.
I think it's the best one they've had in a long time. Period.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at their launches, they never really launch with much of anything that's like
like most of the time, you get a few tech demo like games and one good game out of the bunch. Now you got like banger after banger.
You know what I mean? They hit on with Demon Souls for like all Souls people. You know what I mean? Spider-Man is there, so you got the action adventure game. Like I think they just had a great offering. Like Sackboy is there, so I think they filled all the right holes.
B, that's a great point, man, because you're right. They do have something for everyone. They have, if you're that hardcore gamer wants a challenge, you have Demon Souls. You have the casuals. Obviously, Spider-Man's a big name. Miles Morales, that's huge. And then like Sackboy, Astrobot. And then what's the other game that's smaller? The Pathless?
Pathless.
Yeah. I mean, and their launch games are getting really good reviews, minus probably Godfall, but which it's not my
kind of figured.
Yeah.
Is that one still at like a 60, 61?
Something like that. That's J-Dub's game of the year, by the way.
Oh man.
Hey, that Metacritic though looking spiffy.
That's the only game I think that probably didn't review well, but I think I agree with you, B. I think this is probably maybe their best launch console in terms of just software that they've had. And 2021 looks promising too. We got the potential of Horizon, God of War. I think what was the other one?
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently Ratchet and Clank is exclusive to PS5 only.
Yeah, Gran Turismo 2, Gran Turismo 7,
Gran Turismo,
Final Fantasy 16. I mean, we can keep going.
Oh right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just wonder if Sony's going to hit kind of a dry spell though after that, 2021 time period if they release all these games. That'd be my only concern.
I think their plan going in was not to do that, because if you look at like what they've done in the past, where they release like big games at the end of their generations, and then at the beginning they have like nothing. I think they took that to heart, that because people always criticize them about that, and I think that's why we have like so many offerings, and they went to sign like the big third-party stuff to make it exclusive, because they didn't want to have their fans come at them like, "Yo, we spent another $500 and we got to wait 3 years to get games."
I agree. They also keep in mind, they also wanted to show how different they are than their competitors. So they had to come out launching a lot of games. First, the launch lineup, and obviously the extended year. So they want to show you, hey, this is a place to play. We got all these great AAA games, the experiences and everything else. So I think it worked. I think it shows a stark difference between Xbox and PlayStation, and that's probably going to play into Sony's hand.
Yeah, I agree with that, Jay. I mean, I told people, we're getting some conversations, if you will, on the Twitters about this, that I felt like PlayStation was the only console that was really giving us a next gen experience at launch. And people were like, well, what are you talking about? You can get higher frame rates with the Xbox Series X. I'm like, yeah, to me, higher frame rates isn't necessarily a next gen feature, because we've had higher frame rates with the Xbox One X. We've had higher resolutions with those consoles. Those are existing features. I think the one great thing Sony's done is they've given you not just, like you said, Jay, like, first party games or next gen games or bangers, if you will. They've also, with the DualSense, have given you a glimpse into what next generation might feel like outside of, upgraded visuals and things like that. That's huge in my opinion. That's huge. And then, then you combine the DualSense with, things like ray tracing, which we see in Spider-Man, Miles Morales. They are giving us a taste at launch of what next generation is going to look like. And this is just a taste. I can't imagine what this is going to do, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road. I mean,
I kind of equaled the X to like getting a new graphics card, sort of, because it's like you're
That's a
playing
good
the
point.
same game. You know, it's like when I went from my 1060 to the 1080 Ti. It's like I was able to run at high settings, ultra settings, get all the bells and whistles, but it's the same stuff. It feels
It's
like a
still the
leap.
same
Like
stuff, yeah.
yeah, like I said with Gears, it's like, wow, this is freaking awesome, but it's still the same game. So it's kind of like there might be that honeymoon phase for them. You know, they'd be like, wow, this just looks beautiful. It runs beautiful. I know Ori is running at like 120 frames now, which probably looks incredible to some of these console gamers because they didn't have that before. So it's like they're going to feel that, especially if they didn't play these games yet. But then once like a couple months go by, there's still no Halo, there's still no new stuff. It's like there isn't that software to keep it going. Whereas with PlayStation, we're kind of in for it at least for the next couple of years, you know. So when it comes down to it, it's about the games. But for those, like we said, the ones that are upgrading their Xbox after so long, after the VCR or the S, it's like that's a big jump, you know. So I feel like they could experience it, but maybe to an extent, you know.
Yeah, I agree. Like some of these reviewers have said in their big publications that the X Series X is a similar experience to what you got from the Xbox One X. And that is there's a slight bump in resolution and frames, but after that technically it's the same game. It's the same stuff, exactly what she said. And for some people the honeymoon phase is already over and the system's only been out, since Tuesday. So what else there? I mean, it's if Microsoft had a roadmap to say, hey, in February we're going to drop this, in June we're going to drop this, maybe I think that would calm some people. But knowing that there's nothing been scheduled or that's on the horizon, I don't know. I mean, Falconeer can only hold you over so long.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that game. I'm not interested in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is, to be honest. I've seen like a screenshot and I don't even remember what it was. I just know it didn't rate very well.
Yeah, it didn't review well. Yeah. And look, I mean, I think with the Series X, I think obviously Microsoft's in a better position now than they were, coming into the last generation. They have more studios. They just acquired Bethesda, so they could definitely have some compelling content down the road. Just today, they just don't have it right now. Will they have it in the future? I think so. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, look, I want to first of all thank everyone on the panel for hanging out today and talking about the console launches. Erica, I know it's early in your neck of the woods, so thank you.
Of course.
Oh, it's funny before we get into outros, because I wanted to add this on there. You know what I think the problem is with this Xbox, especially for us.
Yeah,
we're all so groomed on PC. Let's keep real. We game on PC.
That's true.
Yeah,
and we've seen pretty much everything like on a constant basis. That when we finally seen it on Xbox, it was like, well, we kind of already. We've already been there, done that. Like they're talking about Gears being at 120. We've all played Gears at 120.
Yeah,
I want something new.
That's actually a great point, Ben. I mean, our views are probably a little bit skewed in that way because we've been on PC, MR, and I've had those experiences already. With this experience is probably a little bit new to to people who just got the Series X. And even to that extent, I mean, like even with ray tracing, I mean, we've if you have an RTX card, you've experienced ray tracing already.
Yeah, that's why I try and like when I speak on the Xbox, I try and think of the ones who like I said, they started with they still had the old.
Yeah, it's a great point.
Or there's some kids getting it at Christmas and they've never had a console before. Possibly, this is a big deal for like certain people. Just depending on their situation. If they're not in tune with PC gaming, they have no interest. It is a jump for them. So, I mean, we're just with our ear to the ground every day. We're on PC here. We're considered like hardcore gamers. And so it's different for us. But for the casual out there who just plays like Call of Duty and they haven't had a new system in like 5 years, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for them.
It's funny to me, like they always pick and choose arguments too. You notice this as a constant thing. Like, they don't care about performance one day, they care about another because they see a game doing it that the other can't do. It's like I'm just glad that shit's kind of over at this point, and you have the options of both. So,
yeah, no, that's a great point. Great point. But look, thank you again, Erica, for again for hopping on. Appreciate your time. Please let everyone know in the live chat where they can find you.
Oh, of course. Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad. I'm kind of glad it was this early because it got me up, and I need to be up to play these games. So I'm good. Thanks for having me. You guys can find me. I believe you can see my name on the screen. Erica's for the win. Everywhere. So like Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. I actually have a bi-weekly podcast called The Backlog, which is actually tonight. So if you guys are around 5 p.m. Pacific, I will be live with a couple of guests and my co-host Shar, and we will be talking more about these consoles. I'm also going to be on Scumcast today. I got 3 podcasts today, so I'm happy to have spent one of them here. It was great. Thanks for having me.
No, absolutely, Erica. Anytime, you're always welcome on BRAP. So we definitely appreciate your insight. Please give Erica a follow as well. Catch her on Scumcast as well, and then her channel later on this evening as well. And we lost J-Dub, and I don't know where he went, but you know where you can find J-Dub on Twitter. But big shout out to J-Dub for joining us. And then BitCloud, man, always a pleasure having you on, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let everyone know.
I came late though. I was a little busy. I forgot, but real talk. Let me know if you need me on here again. I gotta make up for that, man. But appreciate the invite as always. Pleasure. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Erica's B Money and J-Dub. Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. And B Money, always a pleasure, sir. I'm coming for you on NBA, man. It's gonna happen.
Hey, man, whenever you're ready, man. I'm always on the stick, so just pull up.
Hey, B, are we gonna stream that live?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it for the people, man. It's
man. Oh man, I tell you what. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, I still gotta buy it. I might just get I might just buy the digital version of the game.
Hey man, it's a pretty heavy download, man. I'll just let you know that.
Oh, really? What is it, like 100 gigs?
Yeah, it's over 100.
What?
It's like 120 something.
Jeez. I tell you what, though, the game looks so good.
It does, man.
Yeah, I saw J-Dub streaming it. I'm like, wow, this game looks great. So, yeah. All right, I gotta get that and Call of Duty on PlayStation 5. So those are my next 2 buys for PlayStation. All right. So yeah, everyone, live chat. Thank you again. Hit that like button. And someone told me Wowza55 says better start practicing BRAP. Yep. Yeah, I might have to do that. I might have to practice a little bit before we actually play NBA 2K, man.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. I had to do the same thing. They've definitely made some changes. I usually shoot like around like 62% of the game. I think I shot first 2 games. I shot like 40% from the field.
Sorry, I'm interrupting, but we got to play Ghost too, bro.
Oh yes. So I'm level 60 something now.
Okay, you getting up there?
Yeah.
I need a posse.
Yeah.
We should all run on the PS5.
We should. We gotta. Yeah, I need.
I gotta level up. Y'all up there, man.
Yeah. I gotta level up too, Erica, because I want to do the raids. I know you've been doing them. Have you been with Bari and everyone, or?
Me? No, I've been with like Super Metal Dave, T-Rock, my husband, he's playing as well, Kenny, just in Audible, shout out to them. We've been kind of like mixing and playing around with that, but it's awesome, and we're like level 100, so you got some work to do. You got to get
up there. Yeah, I gotta grind a little bit, but I tell you what, I love Legends mode. It's so good, and 60 frames per second on Ghost. Wow. Yeah, different game. So yeah, we'll definitely.
Rev, he did a video on it, and let's say he shut up a lot of people who said he can't tell a difference between 60 and 30. Thank God.
Who said that? That's crazy to even utter those words.
They say it all the time. They try to cap.
Come on.
Like I was gonna say, I noticed a lot of PC guys kind of coming out the woodwork, like, oh, so now you guys are like 60 frames, huh? Now you like it, kind of thing. Because before the narrative was like, we can't tell the difference, and who cares? Because console gamers didn't have a choice. So I mean, it was kind of like the damage control. But now it's like, oh, 60 frames is that? I'm not playing anything below it now. It's because they never experienced it before. So you know how it goes.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's I remember that they're like, oh, we don't need higher frames. We got 4K. I remember all those arguments, silly arguments.
30
Mhm.
FPS is good, because it takes more off the it allows them to push the graphics more. I think that's what they said.
Yeah, it's more cinematic.
More filmic.
The eyes can't see past 30 anyways. You already remember all that
bullshit,
stuff. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Good times.
I'll tell you what. That's God, I remember those. Wow. Yeah, and now there's now it's they move the goalposts, but those are the console wars, I guess, right? But let's definitely get some Ghosts in. I want to do that raid. I need to do that raid because I heard it's fire.
Yeah, I've only done the first part. I haven't done the second part. I heard the second one is like 4 hours or something like that. So I mean, we're in for a treat, I guess, once we get there. But I'm down to run some stuff that's Nightmare and all that.
Wait, so you said the raid's 4 hours long?
Well, there's 3 parts. So the first
Okay.
part, we did it. I actually played it twice, and the second time was much quicker. It was like a couple of hours. But the second part, I'm hearing, is like 4 to 5 hours, depending.
Oh wow!
Damn.
Yeah. So I mean, I've been kind of holding out a little bit for the right time because that's a big chunk of time. So I haven't done it yet.
You know what's funny? For all the slack that people gave Sony initially for, charging for upgrades or whatever the case was, no one's really talking about or giving props to Sucker Punch for just rolling out this multiplayer mode on Ghost and giving you even more hours upon hours of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's actually solid too. Like it's legit.
Yeah, they're not. They get credit, but I feel like they don't get enough credit. They really did a great job with this game.
Yeah, hats off to Sucker Punch. I mean, this game. I mean, obviously, we first saw the trailers, we were all hyped, but this is. I can't wait for the Ghost sequel. I mean, this game is just really, really, really good. If it wasn't for The Last of Us Part 2, Ghost would have been my game of the year. Easily.
Yeah, it's my game of the year. I mean, granted, I don't beat Demon Souls anytime soon. If that becomes it, but yeah, Ghost's been my game of the year. Even
what was
with
your game of Jin for last gen?
Ooh.
Yeah, to me, I'm gonna go with Bloodborne because it got me back. It got me the Souls games.
Yeah, I was probably gonna say Bloodborne. Persona 5's up there too. God of War. I mean, Sony. Sony games are up there, like top 10. But yeah, Bloodborne's definitely huge for me.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say about Bloodborne, a little disappointed though that it's capped at still locked at 30.
Oh,
I don't know what's up with that.
What's that bit?
They're talking about bringing that back at 60.
They need to. They need to.
Yeah, it needs to happen.
That game at 60? Woo! Oh my god. We talked about Sekiro early at 60, right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I tell you what,
Sekiro's good, but it's like Bloodborne just has its own swag. I don't know.
Yeah, it really does. Bloodborne's so good. Oh my god, so good. All right. On that note, we're gonna head out. Everyone, enjoy your new consoles, enjoy your weekend gaming, have fun, and be safe out there. And we'll catch you on BRAP this coming Wednesday again at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, big shout out to everyone in the live chat. Thank you for coming through, and thank you for the panel. Thank you to BitCloud, B Money, Erica, and Gaming Forte and J-Dub for hanging out with us today. And we'll see you guys next Wednesday again, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That note, we are out. Everyone take care. Peace. Okay, are we still live? What is going on here?
Still going?
I think so.
After show?